The agenda, June the 2nd, 2026. Myself, Mr. Fowler, and Mr. Larvin, it's 4:45 p.m. Alexandria City Council meetings and council committee meetings are broadcast live and may be viewed live by the public on Optimum Cable Channel 4. A rebroadcast may be viewed on Optimum Cable Channel 4 and the City of Alexandria website, www.cityofalexandrialouisiana.com. One item on the agenda, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the award of $2 million from Louisiana DOTD Transportation Alternate Program, TAP, for the construction of downtown sidewalks improvements, Phase 1, Item 27. Mayor?
Yes. That's called TAP, we call it. But in any event, we received a grant award of $2 million for those purposes. It will cover the Rapides Parish Courthouse area, the Rapides, across from that, the Gata side as well, the Rapides Parish Jail and Garage, the COA Customer Service Building, the RAPC area, which is over Johnson, the COA City Court, the Genealogical Library, and KLB areas. So Johnston to 6th to 9th, Foisey, DeSoto to Washington, 8th, Murray to Washington, Washington Street, Foisey to 5th. That's the scope of the work. Sidewalks and associated curb ramps will be included. The sidewalk design and construction will conform to previously constructed sidewalks and curb with bulb outs, tree wells, and installation of conduit and junction boxes for future street lighting. We have made sure that any tree wells will not repeat some of the sins of the old where the wells were small. There were some designs done way back, and both Ned and probably it could have been some in Spark where the grates and the wells you see where the trees can get too big in the roots. So it's a common thing happening in cities where you get some push up from that in the ground. So this is going to be different size than that to make sure that we don't have that happen. The previously constructed improvements include the area surrounding the Central Louisiana Community and Technical College, and we went over all of those areas. There's a map that will, I really wish I could have it blown up for you guys, but I'm going to pass it down to the committee members, and y'all can take a look at the scope and scale. So good project. Sidewalks in those areas would cover the places most walked, if you think about it. It's the government infrastructure, some restaurant infrastructure, KLB, around the jail and all of that. So if you look at the focus, it would be in the most walked areas for new sidewalks. Needed it for quite a few years. Pretty excited about that one.
I'll make a motion.
Second. Before we go further, Mayor, it's sitting in committees. On Foisey Street, do we go all the way back toward Monroe to Rapides to the hospital? I'm looking at this now.
Foisey is DeSoto Street to Washington.
Okay.
So some of the area, some of that area, a good question, Mr. Green, would be picked up in the Foisey Street MPO road project. So we'd pick it up on that end. And that way we can focus more in this walk part here.
Okay. I know we discussed it in NPO meetings. I just wanted to make
Yes.
sure for the public themselves to be aware of what it was inclusive in this phase.
So as you've led on MPO for that, you've just hit it. That big project we have for Foisey in the MPO that's coming up, that would be where we would catch anything on the sidewalks on that end.
Okay. Because Foisey Street itself is horrific, which
It
the
is.
whole city knows. You need a front end alignment once you drive down it. All right, Mr. Larvin or Mr.
We hadn't made a motion, he seconded it.
Second.
All right, with a motion second, we move this forward to the regular committee meeting at 5 o'clock. That's item number 27. And I thank you, administration, for your explanations and the map. Do you have another map, or can we have one?
I do.
In here. Thank you.
And we'll make copies and bring it down for full council.
Thank you. Economic Workforce and Planning Development Committee concludes. Thank you all.
Googie, you still own stuff around?
Yes, sir. Meetings are broadcast live. It may be viewed live by the public on Optum Cable Channel 4, or rebroadcast may be viewed on Optum Cable Channel 4 in the City of Alexandria website. We're going to have the invocation by Councilman Fowler and the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Green.
Heavenly Father, please watch over us while we have this meeting. Do what's in the best interest of the city.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We can pass the basket now.
We'll do roll call.
Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Ms. Felter? Here. Mr. Green? Mr. Fowler?
Here.
Mr. Millard?
Here.
Mr. Lauderdale?
Here.
Ms. Perry?
Here.
Madam President, you have a quorum.
We have approval of minutes taken from the regular meeting held on May 19. I need a motion for that, please. And a second. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson. Any public comments? Public comments, what section of the written minutes would you like to make a comment on? If it's not in the written minutes, there will not be any discussion or comments, only in the minutes. If you have any questions pertaining to any item on the agenda, please contact the administration before or after the meeting. Discussion? Public comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, Mr. White.
Thank you, Madam President. Do appreciate you.
You're welcome.
My name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. I live at 3638 10th Street. My zip is 71302. My phone number is area code 318-446-6934. First, I heard about, you was talking about your husband. I hope and pray he'll be all right and everything, and you'll be better.
Thank
The
you.
only thing I disagree with the minutes, ma'am, is that I spoke out about something, and I got a bill from the city. And I don't think that was right. So,
What
I'm
kind
gonna-
of bill you would get from the
well,
city?
I told about trash pickup, and I told about the street sweepers not coming in our neighborhoods and stuff. And so I got charged $300 for limbs.
That's something you're going to have to take up after the meeting or with the administration, Mr. White? That's not in the
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I do appreciate you letting me say.
You're welcome. Public comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay. F, consent calendar. Number 1, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for fire hydrants and related accessories. Number 2, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for clamps and couplings. Number 3, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for sulfur dioxide, technical grade, liquid type, 1-ton cylinders for the wastewater department. Number 4, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for natural gas welding services for the gas department. Madam President, we did not receive any bids today on this item, and the administration is requesting that this item be re-advertised. So I need a motion and second.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson.
Public comments.
Public comments? Discussion?
That's item number 5?
Item
Item
number
number
4.
4.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 5, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for minimum of 130 passenger trolley. Number 6, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a professional service agreement with Ballard CLC, Inc. for downtown sidewalk improvements, Phase 1. Number 7, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Terracon Consultants for environmental engineering and consulting services. Number 8, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Control Devices, Inc. for testing, calibration, and maintenance of substations and the DG Hunter generating station, relays, meters, and related equipment.
Need a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson. Any items to committee? Okay.
G, resolutions. Resolution authorizing the acceptance of the Cosacha 24-inch bypass Phase 1 project.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second. Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 10, resolution authorizing the mayor to submit the 2025-2026 Consolidated Annual Performance Evaluation Report, CAPER, to HUD.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments? Discussion?
Yes.
Oh, you go first, Brother
No, go
Green.
ahead. Here we go. Item 10, page 17 of this agenda. I saw the planning director in here. My question is, public housing is administered by the City of Alexandria Housing and AAH. During the course of the last 2 weeks, Mayor, I want to know, and I got to book my book Sunday evening, so I didn't continue anything. The sanctuary over at 4015 Lakeside Drive, it also states that the residents have monthly meetings, but I got several calls, and the people say when they report anything, they retaliate against them and want to evict them. The sanctuary, these people are living in deplorable conditions, as we spoke a couple of weeks ago about slums, and I can truly say it's slummish. Grass is high. Trash hadn't picked up in a while. And I noticed that they said that there are some city employees that are part of this board. Is Mr. Smith available to talk to us about that, or can you discuss the sanctuary? It's a private property, but they receive HUD funding. So since this is going to be a HUD submitted thing, excuse me?
They may receive vouchers or whatever from HUD, but they're not part of the city's CAPER or plan. And I don't think, Mr. Green, they would be part of the AHA either. So the AHA is not us.
Mhm.
The city does interact with AHA in contracts, et cetera, as you said, but the AHA is a separate political subdivision from the city, so
Okay,
two removed. The sanctuary is a private business, although I would join you in your assessment of its operations.
correct. I did speak with the manager on duty, the regional manager in Shreveport, and the owner from New Jersey called me and said he's in the process of trying to sell it. My next statement on this, sir, city codes, the grass is high. We write citizens tickets for grass. We ticket them for trash. Code enforcement, where they stand at in doing something, I know it's private property, but it's in the city limits of Alexandria.
Code? Yeah, so within the complex, we would, if it's open and obvious code enforcement violations, code enforcement can do things and should. Typically, a closed complex like that would not, there's so much other area that they have to cover, they would not, but we are aware of the complaints and are intending to follow up on those complaints separately. Would not go through all of those here, but the sanctuary is again, I'll join you in it and maybe have some additional intel about the operations there. They need to not only comply, they need to have management rethink the way in which they operate the sanctuary.
Okay, now you say enclosed.
That's my opinion.
And I appreciate that. Now, you say enclosed, are you thinking it's saying a gated community? It's not
No.
gated, you could drive through.
No, I just mean that typically code enforcement does not go into a complex like that at the same level it does open and obvious things on the street, because they're responsible and do things different. It's a commercial operation. So, for example, trash on the street, the city picks up, and it's part of what taxpayers receive. Theirs is all commercial, like what's operated in there, they're supposed to provide for. They're supposed to keep clean. And unless we get a complaint like we now have, but it's mostly from official complaints that came by way of what people saw on social media, we wouldn't necessarily know. So like you, our notice of it came strongly that way.
Okay.
But that's nothing to do with Jermaine, that's not the caper.
Sir,
That has
that's what I was
nothing to do with
asking
the
about.
caper.
Where, when we, to get clarity, like I said, I got this Sunday evening, and I didn't get a chance to follow through and send you anything.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is that I myself went to the Louisiana Health Department along with Representative Lawton and filed a complaint against these people. So this is just atrocious that someone lives like this within the city limits of Alexandria like that. Thank you for your response.
So,
Thank you, Madam President.
so the complaint was filed against the owner of the
I filed
sanctuary?
Against the complex.
Okay.
May I go? Okay. Mayor, what is this report?
What is what?
Like this?
We just went over.
Well, no, you just.
2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I
So
know
the
you- I
caper-
know you went over it, but I mean, let's kind of refresh, because I know people watching may have some questions and.
The
and they don't
2000,
have the book.
I'm not sure how to state it. It states what it is. It's the 2006-27 draft annual action plan. Each year, any cities that are participating cities that receive community development block grant and home funds must submit a yearly report. They also have to submit a 5-year caper plan.
And this is just a
And
one.
this is the 1 year that we look at each year, and then there's a 5-year plan. All of this is subject to federal law in the Code of Federal Regulations, which are fill in the skeleton, right? So if the federal statutory scheme is the skeleton, all the little parts that get filled in come by way of the regulations, and there are a lot of them. And as you know, Shirley Branham is the person responsible for those compliance items. The CAPER, each year we prepare as an action plan, and that describes all the projects and activities that you would implement within the specific year, and it has to carry out the strategies of the consolidated plan, including the 5-year plan. The document is May 1, 2026 to April 30, 2027. And so in this one, we took note of, as we discussed 2 weeks ago, the demand for owner-occupied home ownership of affordable housing as a significant increase in both our focus and what we want
So
this to
pause right
shift
there.
toward.
So pause right there. So the city is working on helping current homeowners improve their property.
Yes, and in trying to help folks obtain home ownership.
Okay, all righty. Now, I get the first part. That makes perfect sense. I see there's a property going on off Third Street by I think the 2800 block of Third, or 20.
Douglas.
Douglas.
Mhm.
All right. Tell me about, let's revisit the efforts that the city is undertaking to help people acquire homes.
Okay, well, we'll just prepare a separate report and go over that in detail.
Okay.
We have, as you know, I issued an executive order that gave planning the directive to shift all of the historical activity toward home ownership, to stop focusing on other things as much as that. And they have done that, and they've issued a report, and we published it. And so if you give me specific questions you want, I'll not only come back and answer them here, I'll make sure we do an FAQ and put that out as frequently asked questions.
I guess just, like home ownership is very important to me. I just want to make sure, I guess for the people and for myself to know the efforts the city is undertaking to help improve that.
Okay, and look, just to let people know, we'll go over how we provide for occupied housing rehab. That's one method, as you just said, but the real increase is toward affordable housing opportunity. So separately from taking care of fixing someone's house would be this move toward how do we help people secure down payment gaps and those kinds of things that get them into a home. And in the CAPER at page 4, you could see under B, under the executive summary, so it's section 2, subsection B, it speaks toward those things. It lists the amount of properties, and we also talked about 2 weeks ago, to focus the remaining $748,500 on home new construction efforts. So you can see a real shift since the two of us started and the team started this push off of historical, what we did toward home ownership. As you know, Mr. Lawberdane, those challenges came from lots of the owned properties couldn't qualify for the fix-up because there's someone renting in them. So what we're trying to do is get people into purchasing a home and owning that home, and that shift has been sort of long awaited, and I was happy to see this council really champion that more than councils in the past. There's been always a focus on rental, and I think it was the proper thing to do to pivot toward ownership.
Yeah. Okay, so how much time do you think you need to get that report?
We'll have that for the next meeting. But I need if you tell me specifics you want answered,
Well,
I
it's
can
kind
do
of hard,
that.
it's kind of hard for me to know the specifics when you guys do all the working of it, like, the Wizard of Oz, y'all go behind the council,
Yeah.
the curtain. We don't get to go back there to see all the, internal workings. Now, if you've invited me to go, I'll gladly go, so I can have more specific questions.
Well, I would say, I appreciate that, but this is now we've 2 times come and yet no questions come in between the meetings. And so I would say that it's easier to answer if we know these are the things you'd like to see. We can help prepare any customized frequently asked questions you want. But it's all in here. There's an executive summary that
I know,
answers.
I'll look through it, but
Yeah.
just a lot of people who are watching and listening, they don't have the privilege of looking at the summary.
Well, I could go over that in more detail now if the council wants. I can read the
Sure.
executive summary.
Sure.
You would like me to read the whole executive summary?
Well, you don't need to read it, man. You can paraphrase it, man. But I want people to know that this city and council is committed towards affordable housing.
Right, well,
Have I caught you off guard, Mayor? Have I caught you off guard?
no, not at all.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
okay.
it just, I know what you're doing. You're trying to, but
No, I'm not trying to catch you off guard. No,
I get it. It's election season. I get
no,
all
I'm not trying to do that. I just want to hear about this program.
It's just, if you ask a question like, what does the CAPER do? That was your opening
Yeah.
question. And you look at a document, this is just the summary document, and you think about the 5-year plan, it's a bad question, in my opinion. What does the CAPER do? It does a lot of things, but I can go through it. So I'm willing to read the short executive summary, but now you're asking me to summarize the summary like I'm taking a test, and
No,
it's
no,
not
we're
a
not
test.
doing that. We're not
So-
doing
What,
We're
let's
not
do this
doing
right here. Why don't we just take and
Another,
meet
Yeah.
with you, so we have our own questions?
well,
How does that-
tell you what, why don't we just do another presentation?
Yes.
Do that.
That's it.
I have one comment before we move on. So on page 13, one thing that stuck out to me that I just wanted to highlight, it talks about, well, first of all, we see the condemnations that we do and the houses that we tear down, and we've put a systematic effort to, clean things up, and the houses that are dilapidated and causing issues, we know that we tear down a lot, and we have. But we don't see the other side of what their office sees, but I was pleased to see that the city successfully motivated 77 homeowners to voluntarily demolish their own substandard structures. So to me, that was a really good thing to know,
It
just because, like you said, we don't
Major
see, the day-to-day workings all the time and get all that feedback. And so that was, to me, that was a big number, of people that are actually taking responsibility for their own properties and taking care of it. And so then that is more taxpayer dollars that can go toward other things. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight that, and I think that's very well done by that department.
Those 77 houses probably saved the city $1 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
And probably made a lot of neighbors very happy to not have these homes that are falling down next door or across the street or wherever.
So all they have to do is take care of the grass now that it's alive.
Right.
And that's better than seeing her soared home.
We good?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
good. I
can
mean,
answer
and really,
more on the homeownership if we need to today.
and I give credit where credit's due. I appreciate the administration, the steps you've taken to deal with blight.
Thank you.
And,
Yes, you had a lot of houses in
yeah,
your
I
district.
appreciate that. So
I
I
did
give credit
too.
where credit's due. So
Mhm.
kudos to you, Mayor, and your staff for getting that done.
We
Yeah.
expect to identify another 150 properties
Mhm.
in blight. And we, again, the homeowner, the home, that's the acronym, HOME, homeowner assistance activities of up to $100,000 per qualified purchaser to provide an opportunity for home ownership as well as provide $40,000 in CDBG housing counseling, homeowner education services, or all to improve the financial readiness and promote sustainable home ownership. That's really in a nutshell what that home ownership program does. The CDBG program delivery funds can be used to pay soft costs that are for the housing counseling and homeowner assistance programs. And what I started out with, which is I think the most important thing, is that remaining $750,000 toward new construction efforts.
Now,
which
now
is-
what are soft costs, Mayor? For the people listening, that'd be closing costs of some
Yeah,
sort?
legal and other types of things that go into it. You want to give a list of all of our soft costs? They could differ in the commercial versus this,
I
but
think it's for this, I believe it's primarily down payment assistance.
Okay, I
There's the
understood.
financial education piece, which isn't required for the transaction, but of course is, good practice.
Okay.
it lists the soft costs as the counseling, homeowner, and all that. But as lawyers,
Yeah,
we
there's
would call soft costs something a
closing
little
costs.
different than that in the
Yeah.
commercials.
Try to get their credit, show them how to get their credit scores up, things like that.
Do we have quite a few participants that actually participate in that program?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you give us the idea of the level of success you have with that program?
Well, this is forward-looking for the homeownership assistance program piece.
Forward-looking,
I know that they've done,
this is new.
yeah, well, I do know that they
Pivot
have.
is,
Okay.
as you know, you've been a part of, is moving toward home ownership off of the more traditional
Yeah,
rental.
And as we saw 2 weeks ago in so that was looking back, what they've done over the previous year, and previous years, they have done that homeowner assistance, credit counseling, that kind of home buyer assistance program before, not in terms of developing the properties themselves, but I don't have the numbers before, but I know that they have had people participate in those programs to get education, finance education, how to make their mortgage payment, all that stuff.
Now, so the city actually offers that training, or are you working with a third-party vendor to do that?
I'm actually not certain of that, so but I can find out, we can get you more information.
All right.
I'm sure it's the third party.
It's offered
Thank you.
in consultation, and if you go to page 6, you can see some of the citizen participation programming and how we do that outreach, where the target areas are, and then there are also some attachments that show you the goal descriptions and then lay out each thing that are happening. But again, the pivot toward the ownership is the newer focus than we've had in years past, and that's been by choice. Years ago, your brother had always been an ownership guy, if you will. I was always an ownership guy, but in times past, councils felt strongly that rental was critical, and that had tended to be the focus. It doesn't make either of them wrong. It does, in my opinion, having looked at this for years enough to get a continuum, if you will, longer look at it, a view. I think that the focus on rental is not something we should be only married to. We should really, really strongly look at ownership because it changes the way people feel about their neighborhoods. It changes the engagement in a neighborhood. When you own, it leads to better results.
Yeah.
And so the counseling and education, while great, I think the councilman is making a point without saying it, and I'll make it, which is to say, that's great, but if you don't have the money assistance part to get there, yes,
You hollow.
I was going to say hollow.
You hollow.
I wouldn't say useless, I would say it could still help people get educated and know where to go, but close. If you don't have the assistance, the cash, then it won't matter as much. And so, through all of this, I guess the biggest thing to say is just really proud that they're moving on it, but proud that this council not that it was wrong written in the past, but that this council sees that pivot in American society today is critical if you're going to see some change at that deeper level.
So these are the meetings that Miss Shirley used to have. I kind of remember her having the meetings at the convention hall and
Yes.
one at Broadway on Bolton Avenue, getting the people to come fill out the applications and try to qualify them for the home.
Yes.
Is that the same program?
It is, but I would just say that the degree to which that was a focus in many, many years for the city of Alexandria is changed with this. Look, it's not being political or being wishy-washy or scared. When you hear me pause about saying and always pivot to there's nothing wrong with rental, I do that on purpose because so many people rent here. And we have never thought that's not part of the pie. You have to have that. And in fact, some young folks that are well-to-do in larger cities, they choose to rent. There's a whole thing about that. What we're saying here is Alexandria's unique problems need a big piece of the pie, a bigger piece than in years past, focused on getting people in a home that they own because it transits the neighborhood positively.
Yes,
You done?
I'm done. Thank you, Mayor.
751 clients assisted. That was your answer to her.
That's good.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 11, resolution authorizing advertisement for bid for annual vehicle bid, current model year or newer.
A motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome.
The only thing I say is I say always, all these local car businesses and stuff, we need to try to shop local and stay local. I know Hickson used to have the law enforcement contract and stuff like that, so let's try to shop local and be local and give our local car businesses the business.
Thank you, Mr. White. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 12, resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for Jackson Street gas main replacement.
Motion by Councilman Fowler,
Second.
second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 13, resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for liquid chlorine one-ton cylinders for the water and wastewater department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments? All discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
H,
Can we stop right here and let me recognize the Deltas, because I believe they have something to go to, if that's okay with you guys?
The president. Yes.
okay.
Well, it's about respect. So if y'all can see all that red out there, you already know who it is. But we have the Delta Sigma Theta sorority. It's a nationally recognized organization. We're happy to have them and some of their members here today. Do you have anyone that just would like to make a small comment about your organization? Okay. Okay.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and guests. I am Connie Baker, the president of the Alexandria, Louisiana Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Our 113-year-old sorority is dedicated to sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action. On behalf of our officers and members, I would like to thank you for welcoming us to tonight's council meeting. We appreciate the opportunity to be here and to observe the important work that you do on the behalf of the citizens of Alexandria. Thank you for your service, your leadership, and commitment to the community. We are grateful for your hospitality and look forward to continuing to support, for you to continue to support and serve our communities, and we can do that together. Ladies, would you just stand to be recognized?
I have a question. Ms. Baker, how many active members you have in this,
117.
here?
That's good. Well,
150,000. Nationwide, but 117 here.
Great,
Well,
great.
I would like to thank you all for the services that you also provide to the community. There are things that you guys do that is so important to help the community. So for that, I thank you all.
Thank you.
Madam President, may I say one thing? I promise I'll be quick, because my mom started, she started. I want to thank the Deltas for coming, and my mom was Janetta Robinson White, and she was one of the founding sisters of the Deltas of Alexandria and stuff, and I know she loved y'all and stuff, and she would really love to be here to see this, and thank you for giving the tribute to all the Deltas. So God bless you, Deltas, and God bless America.
Thank you, Mr. White. Thank you.
Okay.
You ready?
H, ordinances for final adoption, subject to public hearing. Number 14, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for gas meters and Itron Earth. The administration is requesting that this item be delayed for 2 weeks.
Motion delay.
Second.
Motion delayed by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 15, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for janitorial supplies.
Motion, please.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 16, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Flock to provide investigative support for the Alexandria Police Department. Madam President, the administration is requesting that this item be delayed.
Motion delay.
Motion delayed by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 17, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Taylor Skates for landscape maintenance services at Alexandria Gateways.
Motion, please.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second. Second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 18, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Taylor Skates for landscape maintenance services at Acadian Park.
Motion, please.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 19, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Taylor Skates for landscape maintenance service at HDQ Park.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 20, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Taylor Skates for landscape maintenance services at Compton Park.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 21, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the lowest proposal received from Taylor Skates for landscape maintenance services at 3rd Street Rain Gardens.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 22, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the lowest proposal received from Taylor Skates for landscape maintenance service at Bolton Avenue Rain Gardens.
Motion, please. Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 23, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the lowest proposal received from U.S. Lawns of Alexandria for landscape maintenance service at Rapids Trail.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Lawberdane, second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments, Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 24, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Yankee Holder doing business as Yankee Clipper for landscape maintenance service at Holocaust Park.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments?
I'm gonna pass.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 25, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with Kaplan's, Inc. for uniform bid for the police department.
Motion, please. Motion by Councilman Councilman Fowler, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments? Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome.
So I'm glad that we're looking at Kaplan's. I've shopped there many a time. My dad shopped there. My godfather, who was the city marshal here, Big Jim Bird, shopped there many a time. So I'm hoping and praying that you'll, like I say, shop local, stay local, buy local. And Kaplan's have been a loyal customer of the Alexandria Police Department and other police departments, military police and sheriff's departments and stuff like that. So
Thank you, and I agree with you on shopping local, Mr. White. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 26, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a professional services agreement with Booth and Associate for an electric load study for Twin Bridges Substation and LA 28 West area.
Motion, please. Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ballard. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 27, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the award of $2 million from LADOTD Transportation Alternative Program TAP for the construction of downtown sidewalks improvements Phase 1.
Motion, please.
Make a motion.
I'm sorry. Mr. Green?
No, I said found through on the motion.
Oh, okay. Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Lawberdane. Public comments? Mr. White?
now, that's 27?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Only thing I wanted to say too, I know in our community, we need sidewalks bad because the old folks disabled and the kids are walking out in the middle of the street in my area. So I don't know if you can have some funding to put sidewalks in our areas to keep our kids and elderly and stuff like that disabled from being in the middle of the road to get hit or anything like that. So I just wanted to bring that up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White. Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 28, to consider final adoption of an ordinance rezoning property located at 1776 Elliott Street from B3 General Business District to the SF2 Single Family District to allow for residential use and other matters with respect thereto.
Motion, please.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Ballard, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
I, resolution, public hearing, community development. Number 29, to continue a public hearing to consider condemnation on the following structure located at 1505 2nd Street, Richard Hunter Holloway, et al.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson to open the public hearing. Motion by, public comment. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor?
It's just open
Oh,
the
that's
hearing.
right.
This is just to open the hearing.
Okay, this is
Just
the
don't
open
it up.
hearing.
Just open it up.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Holloway, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Well, hold on.
We need to turn it over to
Two.
the administration.
Okay.
Mr. Smith.
Okay, just very briefly, this property is 1505 2nd Street, also known as 1505 Main Street. It is located near the overpass where the Pineville Expressway goes over the river, near the
The White House?
CLCTC has a building over there, and it's a White House with
I
a,
want to ask about that house.
So that's the house at issue. This administration is requesting that the council condemn it at this time. Notice was served on the owners. I checked the USPS tracking. It did get delivered. The owner is here, so notice was successfully accomplished. So we request that it be condemned.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's what I'm, yes.
Council members, my name is Marion French. I'm an attorney. I'm here representing Mr. Richard Holloway. Mr. Holloway and his sister own this property, and right now he is in the process of trying to enter into a contract for two different people to purchase this property. And we would respectfully request that you continue this to give him time to effectuate that contract. Hopefully, he can put a deal together where he can sell the property and try to put it back into commerce, which would be good. So the property's been there a while. We understand that. It used to belong to Mike Jenkins. We all know Mike Jenkins. It used to belong to his mother. His mother used to live there. As a matter of fact, his mother was born in that house. So we're working with a couple of different entities to try to effectuate a sale, to do something with the property, and we wish you would give us time to do that, if you'd please consider that.
And how much time you're asking for?
We're asking for, well, we have no objection if you want to defer this matter to the United Nations, and we can get that done by December of next year. But as an
No, we've
alternative
been
to
seeing that
that,
for a long
90 days
time.
would be good, please.
Is the house boarded up, or is it?
No.
No, currently, there are transits and vagrants who are getting into the structure. The city would like to have it go ahead and condemned, but that's up to the council. It's a public safety issue.
I have a question. First of all, I love that house. It reminds me of my house on Polk Street, some of the architecture of it.
Oh, yeah.
So I've always loved it. Now, if the house is in condemnable condition, us condemning it, I mean, that's not going to change whether it sells or not. I mean, I think it's safe to say
Well,
that the house is in that condition.
The people who are interested may want to consider doing something with it, and that may be part of the deal that they entered into. So I hate to preclude that.
Right. So, I mean, it's my understanding that they would still be able to have the option of rehabilitating it.
That's correct. The condemned structure can still be rehabbed. Often when we make the recommendation that it gets demolished, that's really a financial consideration.
Right.
But it is up to that person whether they want to rehab it or demolish it. It would start the clock, though. So
Okay.
condemnation, once notice is received, they would have 30 days, at which point the city would turn it over to a city contractor,
Right.
So,
regardless
I
of
think 90
ownership.
days is a little long.
We'll take 60.
could we go to 60?
Well, Mr. French, now,
Yes, sir.
I just,
I understand your advocacy for your client, and I appreciate what you're doing here. But my concern is if you are successful in selling it, and the new person gets the house and they sit on it, then where are we?
Well, he'd have the same problem that we're having. And they would be purchasing it with the idea and the intent of doing something with it, whatever that may be, whether it's to resurrect the house, put it back together, or to demolish it, do something else with the property. We would like to have that alternatives in our bag so we can negotiate with that. I just don't want to have this thing, a condemnation order implemented while we're trying to negotiate the sale of it.
Well,
It would certainly assist us if with
Are you
this,
actively negotiating as we speak?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, and I just want to point out, this is a pretty serious situation. We already continued this once. That was because I had spoken with Mr. French and said that we were going to continue it from March to June.
right.
Well, we thought,
We
we
would set
didn't
the
know,
original
I
notice
didn't know
back
that
in
it was set for
January.
hearing here. Was it set for hearing here in March?
It came up, and the city voluntarily continued it because we'd had that discussion that it wouldn't come up till the summer.
Okay.
But we did have that conversation, quite
Okay.
some time ago.
Because I know that house been like that for years, and even today when I passed by it, I was like, what are we going to do about this house?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Something
then
needs to be done with it.
I
There's no doubt
realized
about it. There's no
it is
issue
an
there.
eyesore. I thought it was like a historical home or something, but it isn't.
It actually is the second, it's the oldest house in Alexandria in the same place because they moved the Kent House. So that is the oldest house in Alexandria in the same place.
Well, I'm for giving them extension. I mean,
I'll make the decision. I wish that,
Something's going to be done with it, y'all,
Yeah.
and we know that's going to happen.
But we know how long would something be done with it? That's
That's the
the
thing.
question.
I wish I did that
Because
too.
we'll,
The people I'm talking to, the two different people I'm talking to, one of them is wanting to move fairly quickly in rehabbing it. And if you look on the inside, it's very sturdy on the inside. Yes, I understand that little piece on the porch fell or whatever, but inside is pretty
There's a
strong.
rear wall that's missing. There is, I mean, it's open to the elements in the back.
all right, we'll give him 30 days.
Something's got to be done with it. We don't dispute that. We just wish we had that time in order to effectuate something. And I don't have a condemnation order implemented while we're trying to make that discussion,
I
put
like
that
to-
together.
my thing is, if they really want to do it, 60 days, and I come out and save the city of the cost of tearing it down or whatever. But if 60 days doesn't happen,
Then we
I can't go
demolish
I can't go any further.
Okay.
But 'cause I like to save the city some money. If y'all can get it done without us putting money in it, more power to you.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Smith, I got a question.
Sir.
Let's say, now, how does this process work in the event that Mr. Holloway is able to sell it in 30 days and there's a new owner, and for some reason they sit on it? We must start this process all
Well,
over.
May
That's not what
May I
we want to
respond?
do.
if we sell it to a prospective buyer and their intent is to do something with the property, they would then come here before the council and say, here are our plans, this is what we're going to do, and this is our timetable. And so that way, you know that nobody's dragging their feet, nobody's trying to put this off, and nobody's trying to delay it.
Yeah.
To answer your specific question, these notices are filed in the, I think, the mortgage records, but it is good for third parties.
Okay.
So I believe the statutes say that we wouldn't necessarily have to start over.
Okay, fine.
But starting over is 10 days' notice, so
That's fine.
it wouldn't be difficult to get a new owner
We give you.
back in front of the
Give
council.
them 50,
I'd say go back just 30 days, because then you got 30 days, you got 30 more days till they come back here, then you got another 30 days. That'd be 60.
So that's 60.
Mr. Smith and Mr. French and Mr. Holloway, is it possible for you all to board the place up now while in the process of waiting for the sale of the property?
Yes, sir.
That would help, it would be a big help in boarding it up, because the homeless people are in and out,
They are in it.
in and out. of
They
the
are in it.
property. And,
I've seen it myself in it.
And it would be greatly appreciated if you would take the initiative to board it up. At least we know what you're trying.
Yes, sir.
And the 60 days that the council is speaking of would work well. Thank you.
And how soon,
Another request, if it is, I'm sorry,
it's okay, go
are
ahead.
you good?
Mhm.
Okay. Is if you do get the continuance, I don't know if you have already filed a no trespassing with the police department on that property?
Well, they had said just to put signs up, and I have some around the
Okay,
house.
so if you can file that with the police department, that way that if there are homeless people or people that are not, connected to the, authorized to be on the
Right.
property, they have the authorization to get them to leave.
The no trespassing signs are up, and
But correct me if I'm wrong, we still need,
There's a specific authorization and implementation through the police department that you need.
it's a very simple,
Okay. I see.
So
simple thing.
let's do this right here.
Find out how long he
Let's
take before
grant
boarding
60
it up.
days, but let's say the sales fall through, and you guys know it's gonna fall through. Could you guys come back and give us a heads up, so we won't use that 60
Sure.
days up?
Yeah.
So 60 days pending your sale.
Sure.
How's that?
And the board's
But-
up
and the
before the
board's up.
weekend?
but
The
probably,
board's up before the weekend?
probably do it on the weekend.
That's fine.
And we get it boarded up. How's that?
60 days,
60 days
board up house by the
Pending
weekend.
the sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did have a question for y'all, maybe y'all know, I don't know, but I'd always heard that when the historical group came in here in the 70s, maybe, and they made a downtown historical district, and every facility in downtown was a historical building? I mean, I actually looked it up, but I didn't bring it with me.
But it still have to be.
Not his. Sorry.
No, I understand.
There's nothing in that.
I'm just saying, I thought it was, because it was said that it wasn't a historical building, but it is a historical building. I mean, it was recognized officially as one back in the 70s.
But nobody took the initiative to actually find out if it was a historical building, because if someone would have done that, then I'm sure by now, the historical organization would have maybe went and restored the home.
Well, we've actually tried and to find that out, and all I was able to find online was the thing where they came in the 70s and they put all of downtown Alexandria as a historical
They
district.
have created a historic district, but I don't know that actually puts it on the historic register.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, so
And it was-
the 90 days board up by Wednesday, 60 days.
60.
I'm sorry, the 60 days board up by the
And
weekend.
I do have one more question. Just for our knowledge, if you aren't able to secure a buyer for the property, what is your
Okay.
intention, to demolish the property?
I'd have to, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, can we have a motion and second
Second.
to close the public hearing?
All right.
No,
No, we got to
No.
vote. We got to vote.
Public comment.
Oh, public comments,
Public comment?
discussion?
And
All in
if I may, can we clarify which meeting that will be, just so we're all clear? Because, 60 days falls in the middle of a week, or would that be the August 11th meeting, is that correct?
I'm not really sure because I don't.
I'm not trying to put you on the
I
spot,
get-
sorry.
So in other words,
Okay, thank you.
this item will be on the August 11 agenda.
The clerk will clarify for us later, we'll make sure that you guys know, and we'll send another notice.
Okay.
We'll put that.
Yes.
Thank you. Madam
Thank y'all.
Okay,
Thank y'all for your attention.
okay, we'll be looking for that boarded up house.
All in favor?
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Public hearing
We
is,
need a motion and second to close the public hearing.
a motion to close the public hearing? Second? Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson.
Public comment.
Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Public hearing is closed, and the meeting is adjourned.